We have just had Sri Gandhi accept the fact that he will take some questions, and I was hoping that you would agree. We promised they won't be too difficult, or I hope they won't be too difficult. You don't mind if they're difficult. So just what I was hoping you would agree, and we have in fact our past presidents who will get the good fortune of drawing on that lot. So I'm going to actually be very democratic and go exactly in the order in which our presidentships have passed. So if I might ask the immediate past president, Raju Kanoria, who is right here. You got a mic?
Yeah, I have a mic.
Wherever you're more comfortable. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, you have the first question. Yeah.
So since I have the first question, I also have the first comment, and I must commend you, Mr. Gandhi, on an absolutely indisputable ideology that you have laid down for the country. And we are really delighted that you have included business and industry as very much part of your ideology, and that the positive messages that you're sending through today by being here with us, I do hope that you meet with success in the ideology that you have iterated.
Thank you.
Sir, you talked about many aspects, and you put up a comprehensive economic and social agenda. You talked about flexibility in labor laws, you talked about power sector, you talked about industrial corridors, talked about inflation, and most of the issues that we in our body in FICCI love to cover. And it was music to our ears that you concurred with the idea that manufacturing should grow and become 25% of the GDP. What we do feel, however, sir, is that in some cases there seems to be a cross-purpose or a cross-mismatch between the ideologies which you have talked about and the laws which are being enacted. And one of them is to do with the land acquisition bill. And so I don't know how much in detail you know about it, but I had the chance of chairing a task force on the land acquisition bill. And last year, when the Prime Minister was here, I actually said that this bill is going to result in a lot of problem for industry. The bill says that it takes 50 months for any land to be acquired for industry, and I think that by that time most projects would actually just disappear rather than come about. So, sir, my question to you is really that what do you feel about this incongruence between the ideology for manufacturing and the creation of 100 million jobs that you're talking about, if it is going to be impeded by the land acquisition bill?
Yeah.
And how do you feel that this bill is going to help in the process of industrialization?
Well, first of all, the government has not abdicated its responsibility. So there are large spaces, infrastructure spaces, where acquisition is still possible. The real issue is that there is a cost to not having a land acquisition law. And I'll point out two examples of this. See, India has become extremely politically competitive. And people will mobilize around these issues. Take the Tata example in West Bengal. The absence of a law is what allowed the political mobilization that cost Tata. The fact that you're going to have to resolve this issue is a fact. We have a Maoist corridor, and the central issue over there, frankly, is land. It is the acquisition of land. So you're already bearing a cost of acquisition, and with increased transparency, with the RTI, you will find that this law will protect you. It will protect you from hidden costs by creating a transparent outcome. And people who've actually read the bill in detail, and some people who are also in the real estate business, after reading the bill in detail, have actually told me that, listen, this is actually not as bad a bill as it is made out to be. In fact, it is quite a well thought out bill. So that's my response. The politics of this country is changing, and the levels of transparency are increasing. So we need to provide you a framework of which to work.